This is a review for the Hiby R3. There's people that are waiting for this, and they've been waiting a while. I apologize to you guys. I was waiting and hoping that some of the things that background hiss sound is heavy rain because it's a typhoon, first of the season in Japan. If I don't get the video out now, it's going to be probably after my work week, so do it now. Was waiting for this thing to get some of the things that it was advertised to have, and it looks like if I do that, this video will never come out. This is a mixed bag. Let me go through the device first. The saving grace for this item is that it cost about $200, as far as I know. I got this sample early. I'll get into that later. Update database. It's reasonably fast for a device that's as small as it is. It doesn't really have any lag issues if I am listening to let's say Led Zeppelin, and I'm playing this like with the other DAP where you switch to a DSD and they say, oh, that's such a heavy switch, and the hardware has to switch doing what it's doing. Well, let me go from this to a DSD and see how long that takes. That took about 2 seconds, which is pretty normal. That's why the iBasso jumped out at me, because it was doing something that even something like this doesn't do. And this is playing DSD native if I select that. So I don't know what happened with that. It's faster now, but it's not as fast as this thing is. So considering its size, its speed, you're not going to notice things. If you see, I just did like a triple swipe right there, which is it's got an excellent user interface. It's very, very nice. Magic Sound 8-Ball is not something that I'm getting into. You can see I got it selected off because I'm so much into the review thing now that listening to EQ is not really something I can do, because I'm supposed to be really getting a grip mentally, audio-wise, on the sound of a device, and that requires not really using EQ, because if something sounds off, I need to know that it's not related to something in a DSP. So I can't go through this with you guys because I don't listen to EQs really on any devices recently. It's got its EQ wireless settings. This has got Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, DLNA, AirPlay. I don't know that if this is what's going to be. I guess it is, because it doesn't say anything about Spotify or Tidal. System settings. This is where I can go in and do the color theme. I'll switch to what people are pretty much familiar with right now, I guess. Okay, this is what you guys are, what you know. So, playing a track is a smooth experience. It's sound-wise, listening to, I've got my MMCX to Mini XLR, so I can switch through stuff really easily. Using the FH1s, the F9 Pros, and the NCM 5 V2 primarily. I did play the Empire Ears Legend out of this, and it didn't sound like it was. I didn't notice any problem. It sounded great as it sounds with most stuff. Looking at this device and looking at the size of it, you're going to have to know by looking at it. God, look at the grease on that. Sorry about that. That this is not going to be a power beast, because with that comes size and also heat. And this doesn't get very hot, and it's not very large, so you've got to know by looking at it that this is not powerful. So when people say, do I need to use an amp or stack it? You probably would if you use over ears or expensive IEMs that you really want to maximize, because the underpower distortion is more often occurring than overpower. Overpower is very rare. People don't listen that loud, but underpower happens and you don't realize it. and you just assume that that set doesn't have a lot of detail. Well, you might not have enough power to get the dynamics out of what you're listening to. So we're 5 minutes in. Recommending to buy this or not is really not what this video is about, because this is a Kickstarter thing, and people have already invested in it. And I'm really talking to you guys. If I were you, I would be very pissed off. Tidal, I think Tidal sucks. Fuck Jay-Z. He has lots of money. I'm not giving him a fucking penny. Spotify, the free version, I never heard an ad. I thought that was fine. This was never promised to have Spotify, but it was clearly advertised as having Tidal, which, as I understand now, is not possible. And I don't think that's related to the fact that Tidal is, fucking treading water or whatever the fuck's going on. This device probably wasn't going to have that anyway. That's my opinion. LDAC, as somebody pointed out, is no longer a licensing issue because FiO has it, and if that's in fact the case, there's no reason that this shouldn't have LDAC already. If this thing has the ability to do so, and if you don't need to pay for it, like was said to me in the review or the unboxing I did for the FiO M7, then there's no reason that LDAC shouldn't be on here, and that would be a major selling point, because wireless devices are becoming more and more prevalent, and something that's got the highest quality standard that has been adopted by multiple companies would be a great thing. And I was told that it was something that was coming down the pipe. It hasn't come yet, and this is like 2 months after I was told that. I'm like standing on the edge of just jumping off the cliff and going into a bunch of F-bombs and saying, fuck this, fuck that. I didn't pay anything for this, so it's easy for me to say stuff, and it's very easy for me not to get upset because I didn't invest in it. But that's really not. I get pissed about shit, whatever. I actually kind of put my rep on the line when I said this is a great device and you guys should get it. And a lot of people watching this video watched mine before and bought because of what I said. And to look back now and to see that, Tidal is one of the main things that was advertised on the Kickstarter page is not going to happen. The LDAC, it hasn't happened yet. Promises. Don't tell me what you're going to do it, and then tell me you did it. You fucking get that? That's what your parents say. It's what your coach says when you play sports. You don't tell me what you're going to do it, and fucking tell me you did it. That's I don't want to hear about LDAC. Show it to me. Tell me there's a firmware and that it's got LDAC on it. Spotify, there's no way that they can integrate this into here. I don't know how they would do that. So Tidal is out. LDAC hasn't happened, so I consider that not to be something that's going to occur. And the delivery is going out, but it's not going out, and they're having issues, and people are excusing and saying, I backed other, crowdfund things and I didn't get anything for a year, or I never got it. Comparing something to the lowest denominator, the worst case scenario, like LH Labs and all that crap that they did. God, what was the name of the company? Now he's switched. He's got the RM something, the Trinity. God, how much money did those people get of yours, and you got nothing for it? That's con man should be illegal, and they shouldn't even be allowed on the internet advertising to you. This is a real device, and it's good, and it's $200 and it's affordable. But if you can't keep your promises, what the fuck's the point? People paid money to get Tidal. I fuck Tidal. I don't like Tidal, but some people like it. That was a selling point for them, and now they're kind of fucked. Other people thought, LDAC was being rumored, and they thought I got wireless stuff, and I think that's the best standard, and and they're kind of fucked now too. So, and then there's people, and they're waiting for the devices, and they're not getting their devices because the case isn't ready, and the case isn't up to quality. So that's why they're not getting their R3. Are you fucking kidding me? Send the fucking R3 and send the case later, and you pay for it because you're the problem. Not the person that paid for this ahead of time, even though you guys are selling this in Asia already. You've already got this selling in Asia, and they've been reviewing it, and the people that are Kickstarter are the ones that look like, to me, are the ones that are getting bent over and fucked. That's what it looks like to me. And excusing it by saying other companies fucked completely with no Vaseline, that doesn't make anything about this better, because I'm connected to this. I had nothing to do with LH Labs or Trinity. Fuck both of those companies. You tell them I said fuck you to them. They suck. Absolute fucking robbery, should go to court and should be fucking sued, bankrupt, and go to fucking jail. They're fucking thieves. LH Labs, Trinity Audio, fucking thieves. That's my opinion. Hibi, you guys are coming really close to being fucking scammers, man. You guys are not going to send this device because the cover's not ready, when the people that are waiting for the device said, fuck the cover, just send me my device. You can do that, and you can pay for the extra shipping, and you take that out of your own profit, because that's your mistake. You sourced that out. You offered that as a perk. You made that as an option for people to select or not select. They selected it. Now you use that as an excuse to delay their receipt of the device that they paid for. That's fucked up. That is not cool at all. You guys hear that sound? That's not the sound of rain. That's the sound of my chance of getting a future Hibi device going out the window, and I don't even give a fuck. This device itself was sent to Headphonics and Headphony at the same time. If you want to see an amazing thing, I think I did a video about this before and said, can you imagine if Coca-Cola came out today and said, we actually have owned Pepsi for 50 years? People who are loyal, brand loyal, would feel kind of fucking screwed over. To see Headphonics and Headphonia open their first paragraph of their review of this item and say, we had this before anybody else and we've had it for several weeks. I know what went on in the background, and they're petty. I'm a very petty person, and seeing people more petty than me is kind of fascinating. And there's a lot of them in this hobby. They know what I think of them, and if they don't, there'll be videos coming up that'll let you know. I can do whatever I want on my channel. It's my channel, and I'm gonna do whatever I want on my channel. Hibi, you guys are fucking screwing the pooch right now. Send the people their devices. They don't care about the covers. They should care, because this glass is half the thickness of a window. It is very, very, very fragile, and they really need the case. But if they're gonna say, I don't care about the case, send me the device, send them the fucking device. Telling them they can't get their device because you sourced out to and made a contract with someone to make covers for this thing, and you don't think it's up to quality, is your decision, and it's your fault, and it has nothing to do with the investors in this item. And to deny them receipt of the item that they want, they didn't buy a cover, they bought this device and would like a cover. You know, if I got a car and they said, the car's not ready because we don't have the floor mats, I'd say, fuck the floor mats, just give me my fucking car. I'll put plastic on the fucking floor. I'll deal with it. That would be a fucking joke. It's the same thing. This is the device. It plays the music. The fucking cover is an extra thing. You take care of that. You pay for that. You send that on your money. It's really not a negotiable thing, and it's not something that someone needs to sit down and say, you don't understand. It doesn't fucking matter. Understanding doesn't matter. Do the right thing, man. Send this device to the people that paid for it, and then you resend the cover later on your money. You cut into your own profit because you created a problem that has nothing to do with the investors. They paid, they were promised, you're not delivering. That's your problem. There's no excuses. And when you come in and you do a mail and say, I talked to so-and-so, you guys are a very small team over there. So it's not like you got a mail or got a phone call. You guys actually probably are in the same room quite often. And tell the two guys that sent it to the websites that did nothing after they did their reviews and just walked away and are not even updating like I'm doing right now. Tell those guys in your, advertising group to go fuck themselves. Seriously. I got more selling power than both of those websites combined. I got juice because I'll sit here and do a video honestly and flame away my fucking chance at having anything from you guys in the future, because it's proof in the pudding. When the next time a Hibi comes out and someone says, are you getting a Hibi? And I know that I won't because of this video, I can say, remember the R3 video? Well, that's what happens when you say what you think. And you say it clearly, strongly, and without qualifiers. You lose chances in this hobby. So this is going to be kind of a proof of concept for you people that think you got to kiss ass to get stuff, which you kind of do. And here's me not kissing Hibi's ass, and watch the next device and watch me not get it. I'll remind you too, because this is I'm all about the hobby now, and letting you guys know before I exit it how it works. So if you're waiting on your device and you're feeling like this is a fucked up situation, you're right. It is a fucked up situation. There's no reason that you shouldn't have your device right now. And the people that come in and say, I backed something and I never got it. Well, you're that sucks, man. But that's another fucking thing. And this is somebody that's been a rep for FIO, has been on the site for years, made promises, said things, is not delivering. It's mainly not delivering the device. And one of the excuses is it doesn't have a cover. I keep harping on that, but there's some people pounding their fucking fists on desks right now saying, where the fuck is my device and why does it got anything to do with the cover? And if it does have to do with the cover, I don't give a shit. Send me my fucking device. If I'm lying, I'm dying. I'm fucking still here, man. Fuck the cover. Send me my device now, and then I'll get the cover, and you let me know, and I'll check the mail, and I'll say thanks, and yeah, thank you for cleaning up your spilt fucking mess. It's got nothing to do with the buyers. If this is in fact ready and is the true story, send it out now and do the right thing and get some good. None of the companies in the audio business seem to really give a shit about doing a little bit extra for people and how much goodwill. It's a human emotion, man. You take care of someone a little bit extra than you had to do, you got a customer for life. You guys at Hibi are gonna lose customers, man. You're gonna, the people that had the R6 and accepted that it had a 10 output impedance of 10 ohms and said, oh, it's so beautiful, it's so fast. And then they said, I got the R6, and now they're getting the R3, and you send mail and you do posting, thank you guys, without you guys we couldn't have a company. Fuck the words, forget the words, send these out, send them out now, and take care of the stuff that you didn't take care of on your dollar, on your dime, on whatever it is in China, the yuan. That's your thing. That profit comes out of your profit. If it doesn't, you're going to lose customers in the future. You're losing them right now. You are losing customers right now because you're not doing what would be the stand-up thing because of how much it costs to ship. How many grams does a cover cost? The postage on that, you estimate that. That loss that you're calculating is not as big as how many customers you're going to lose because of what you're doing right now. For the people that wanted to hear how it sounds nice. Its footprint matches what you would expect it to sound like. It's not a T-tail monster. It's not going to fight with the flagships. It's very fast. It's very convenient. It's got a beautiful screen. It's very nice. $200. I think it's great. It would be really great if it was in your hand. So the communications, the messages, the updates, they don't. Who gives a shit? Where's my item? Send it to me now. Fuck the cover. For now, and then you send it to me later. And this has to be said in my video? Really? That's what this video turned into. And that's what it is. I'm not even going to talk about what it sounds like. I'll let somebody else do that because the new hypers that come in for Hibi will do that for them quite fine. You guys are losing more money because of what you're doing right now than you're losing if you had sent those cases in separate packaging. And I think I took business classes in only my first 2 years of college, not the last two. I took other classes. My major was another. But I know that goodwill and doing a little bit extra, and it's not even extra, man. It's doing what you should do. The issue that you're claiming is the blockade was created by you, so it shouldn't actually be a blockade. And then you're going to start losing belief, and that leads to losing customers, and that leads to losing money. And potential future earnings to save money now on postage. I got nothing else for you guys. Sorry. I hope that this makes somebody feel better. You complain and there's nothing wrong with that. Money, respect the money. Respect the money. When somebody gets money up front before they get an item, they're believing in you, and you have to do more than the promise. You got to do something extra because you couldn't do what you were going to do without the money invested, if that's in fact a true story, because this was already in Asia and was already being reviewed, and when it was said to be needed, so I won't even get into that. You guys are losing more money right now because of this than you ever would have with the freaking fucking stupid postage, man.